Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is LB the Realist, and this is Surrealistic Studios. Thank you all for joining me today. So, where I left off in the first video, I was speaking on some comments made by Graham Elwood in regards to the shooting that just took place, and I wanted to speak a little bit more on that in itself, because that is a huge issue, and there's a lot to talk about in regards to that. So, a man by the name of Nicholas Cruz, 19 years old, killed 17 people and injured about 14 people, students and staff included. Amongst those was I believe, a PE coach, and also the security guard was shot. It's always a security guard getting shot. This occurred in Parkland, Florida, in Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High. It was Wednesday afternoon this occurred, and it was the deadliest school shooting apparently since Newtown. He was a former student. He was actually expelled for fighting. He did not graduate. He's being held charged with 17 counts of premeditated murder. He's being held without bond. So apparently he came with a gas mask, smoke grenades, multiple rounds of ammunition, and an AR-15. Pulled a fire alarm and started opening fire on people coming out of the classrooms. So it was just a fucking massacre. Apparently, this guy, Nicholas Cruz, had a history of dark behavior. So apparently he had posted some pictures on his social media with him and guns. He actually left a comment on a bail bondsman's YouTube page. He actually left a comment saying that he wanted to become a professional school shooter. So the FBI was aware of this, and they did not act. The local sheriffs were alerted to Nicholas Cruz about 20 times. They received calls regarding him and his behavior. On January 5th, someone close to Nicholas Cruz actually called the FBI and warned them of an impending school shooting. So, with all of that, and being that he had been expelled for fighting, he had always gotten into issues with other students, his social media posts, and the fact that he actually just lost his mother back in November 1st of 2017. You know, those are definite signs of an impending something very negative. And again, the FBI, the local sheriffs, no one acted. I don't understand how there can be that many signs of somebody, going through, darkness like that, and nothing is ever done. It just doesn't make sense. So like I said in my last video, I live in California. We have a lot of gun laws out here. I mean, it's not as easy to get a gun in California as it is to get a gun in the southern states. So we absolutely need common sense gun reform. We need universal gun reform, universal background checks, mental stability checks, definitely, because things like this shouldn't happen. One of the articles that I'm going to put in the description so you guys can check it out, one of the articles actually mentioned that the FBI has been they've been so focused on this Russia collusion or money laundering or meddling, heckling, fucking fondling. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but the people that are supposed to be protecting us are failing at it. They're failing miserably, and instead of focusing on real issues like real domestic terrorists, they'd rather focus on made-up issues like Russia collusion and Russia hacking into our elections, even though the only collusion was the Hillary Clinton and Democrats colluding against Bernie Sanders to win or to cheat him out of a fair shot. And not to keep harping on the issue, but that's the reality of it. And instead of focusing on Black Lives Matter activists and what the fuck they want to call black nationalists or whatever the fuck they're calling it, they miss shit like this, where they always say, if you see something, say something. Well, this is an example of when somebody saw something and they said something and nothing was ever fucking done, because all of your resources, all of your time and attention and focus was on bullshit. And then shit like this happens, and then people want to bring up gun laws and gun reform, which is fine, which is perfectly acceptable, but you're still not getting to the root cause of the issue. Like I said in my last video, what the hell is causing these people to do these things? What's causing this mental instability? What's causing this mental illness? What do we need to do as a society, as a country, to make sure that this kind of thing doesn't occur again with any kind of weapon, with knives or with bombs or with any kind of gun, with any kind of weapon? We need to address the issue. Just like with this whole, corruption in government issue. It's not Trump that's the issue. He's just a symptom of the issue. We can't just get rid of Trump and all of a sudden all of our problems in America are gone. That's not how it works. We have to address the root, not the symptom. The cause, not the effect. So this is just absolutely unacceptable from the people that are supposed to protect us. My heart and my prayers, my thoughts goes out to all the family members and all the friends and people that were involved in this massacre. And I really do hope that some positivity comes from this negative story, whether that be better gun laws that make sense, or something that we can do in regards to mental illness, or if it just brings us more closer together as a people, because that's what we need. We need to be closer together as a people. Enough division, enough name calling, and enough, me versus you and us versus them. And we need to address what causes these situations, and that's the only way we're ever going to get past them. One thing that Graham Elwood said in his video that I mostly disagree with, one thing I did agree with that he said was that, get ready, because sooner or later you're going to know somebody that either is directly or indirectly affected by a school shooting here in America, because that's just what the fucking norm is now. And that's very sad, people. That's sad that we have to come out here day in, day out, every single day or every other day, every other week, and talk about a police shooting or a school shooting or some kind of massacre that happens because of a dumb motherfucker with a gun. Jesus fucking Christ. So with all that being said, you guys, I'm hoping the rest of your day is better. Remember to love, remember to peace, remember to spread that enlightenment, and hug your loved ones. Until next time.